So I've got a ton of content I have to do around the Northern Ireland Protocol. Like we're talking a lot of stuff going on right now. So much news, especially with the G7 and Joe Biden coming to the UK for the summit. The Northern Ireland Protocol is in the news a lot, like it has been all year round. But I feel like this time it's a lot more prominent purely because certain grace periods are ending. And among other things, there's a lot more pressure right now on the British government and the EU to come to some sort of resolution. And I don't know what it looks like, but there is so much going on right now, people. And you might end up getting 2 videos a day on the Northern Ireland Protocol because that's how much stuff is coming out right now. And I do want to keep the people on this chat, the subscribers and the watchers updated with as much as I can because this is crazy right now. So look, we're gonna just kick off this video, and there's a lot more. There's a lot more people. So in this segment, we're going to be talking about EU pessimism grows over Northern Ireland Protocol breakthrough. So the EU is growing increasingly pessimistic about the prospect of a breakthrough on how the Northern Ireland Protocol is implemented, with senior officials and diplomats warning that the UK appears determined to undermine it, which seems to be the case, especially since I think this is the tweet here. This is about the grace period. So the EU, or be Sefcovic, I think in this case, or Barney, I don't know who specifically, because there's no name being offered here, but says this is an EU official saying that he kept asking the UK in December whether they were okay with the grace periods of March and June, and they said fine. We have been assured that yes, we even saw the statement of the UK government number 10 website that they were absolutely okay with it. Talking about the grace periods. So that's why we were so surprised when the first batch of unilateral actions were taken. We started legal action. So the UK could have gotten longer grace periods if we wanted to. I don't know why we didn't take them. I genuinely if you have any ideas in the comments, do you think Lord Frost was telling the truth when he said he undermined the impact of the Good Friday Agreement? Is that possible? I don't know. So senior figures have told RTE News that a meeting of the EU-UK Joint Committee next week will be more a showdown over the UK's continued sniping against the protocol, and continued unilateral action moves to delay its implementation rather than the hope for breakthrough that might end to months of tension. So what we've seen here, because this article is from the 4th of June, so that's last week, that meeting I believe has ended. And nothing came of it. So there was no, breakthrough or anything like that from this meeting. The dates and stuff are going to be quite weird because of, the YouTube schedule and stuff like that. I can't put out breaking news. I wish I did. I wish I could. But anyways, this week, the new DUP leader and Stormont Agricultural Minister Edwin Poots announced he was unilaterally extending a grace period relating to the treatment of pets entering Northern Ireland from Britain. The EU has already initiated legal proceedings against the UK for a number of unilateral measures it has taken to delay implementation of the protocol. So we've seen. I'm not sure if. At what point, if I've covered it, depending on when the videos go out, but basically Sefcovic has said in an article in the Telegraph, which says that if the UK take any more unilateral action, the EU will take immediate legal action. There'll be tariffs and stuff like that put onto goods from the UK. So finally, the EU are kind of taking a harder stance on this. It looks like they were initially caught out. If this information from Lisa Carroll is true, which generally she does good work, that the EU, were initially caught out by the UK's unilateral actions in the beginning, because the UK had already told the EU that these grace periods are fine. But now we're suddenly crying about it, which is something we'll talk about when we get to these Express articles. But anyways, let's go back here because this is stuff for other videos. What we can see is that the EU is growing incredibly pessimistic over this stuff, and that's probably why the EU, people like Sefcovic have taken a much harder stance on the UK taking more unilateral action. I mean, the EU is taking forever to come up with these legal actions anyways. And pressure will grow on both sides, mainly on the UK side, as Joe Biden visits the UK during the G7 summit. But the point being of this article is that it looks like the EU might actually start taking things a bit more seriously here, because the UK are going to keep taking more unilateral action because there have been no consequences so far. And when there are no consequences, people like Boris Johnson carry on doing what they're going to do. He has affluenza. He's never been taught consequences. Not really. The only real consequences he's had are financial ones because of his divorces and lots of kids. But yeah, the EU have to take a more hardline stance if they want to protect the integrity of the single market. Because, as this article points out, an EU diplomat said, an EU diplomat has said, we can't let the UK destroy the protocol with 1,000 cuts. If they continue on like this, bit by bit, it will wear away, and they will end up with permanent derogations, or they think they will. And that's the point. The UK will keep trying to get away with these unilateral actions on things like agri-foods and meat, because the EU have really not done a lot about this. If they start putting tariffs on goods and other sanctions, then we might get somewhere. There's already been talk about the EU potentially threatening to suspend parts of the Brexit agreement as patience wears thin. And you guys are gonna have to be a bit patient with me when it comes to coverage of this stuff, because I don't want mega long videos. People don't like watching them, and they're not great. I ramble more and more as the video goes on. So we can see that the EU are obviously wary of the UK killing the Northern Ireland Protocol with death by 1,000 cuts. Little unilateral actions here and there. These sorts of things. In recent months, the UK government has highlighted unionist objections to the protocol. I wonder why. Surely someone within the government should have known this. We've also got another article I've seen where basically Boris Johnson's government definitely knew how bad the Northern Ireland Protocol would be and went ahead with it anyways to win the 2019 general election. And if that's the case, which seems to be the case, then it does show you how kind of callous Boris Johnson is, that he just does not care. So in recent months, the UK government has highlighted unionist objections to the protocol, including the recent street violence, as evidence that the way the EU wants to implement it runs contrary to both the Good Friday Agreement and the aims of the protocol itself. So you've got the UK and unionists saying that the EU are running the protocol badly and they want to incite further violence within Northern Ireland, when we simply know that's not the case. The EU are implementing the protocol as it's meant to be. The checks aren't even as aggressive as the EU could make them, as I keep painfully pointing out. Only 20% of consignments going from GB to NI are checked, whilst 30% of consignments from GB to France are being checked. So is it possible that France and the Netherlands and other countries in the EU have better border facilities and better staff, or more staff than we do, and they can actually run their borders properly? Is that the case, or is this the UK, playing dumb on purpose, running down the protocol on purpose? I think it's the first one. We don't have the staff in place, and that's what's causing a lot of the problems. And, the violence is logistical, but mainly political, and it doesn't matter how much of the Northern Ireland Protocol you kind of take away. Even if we had things like alignment with the EU and, most of the checks vanished, I still think there would be problems within Northern Ireland, purely because of the fact that this border in the Irish Sea, a trade border, is political as well as logistical, more political than anything. But EU officials have strongly rejected this allegation about the EU kind of stoking tensions within Northern Ireland, insisting that Brexit itself has damaged the peace process and the protocol is the least worst solution to maintain it, which is true. Because like I've said before, there are not many solutions, and I use solutions kind of in quotation marks, of ways you can resolve this. You can have the UK does join to the single market with the customs union, not going to happen. There's a hard border within the island of Ireland, not going to happen. We have the current state of affairs where checks happen in the Irish Sea, which is happening, and the final one is there's a trade border from goods going from Ireland to the EU. And that's not going to happen, despite the fact that certain EU diplomats have spoken about it, and that's a video again that's going to come out soon. That's not going to happen either, and we'll discuss why when we get there. So subscribe for that. And my highlighting bits have gone. Okay. Anyways, there's a slight technical issue here, but officials in Brussels have grown increasingly angry at what they see as the UK placing the burden of fixing the protocol on entirely at the EU's door, which the UK have consistently done. They said, you fix it, you're the one causing problems here, you fix it, when it's the UK that did this. And let's not forget, Boris Johnson was the one who said that there would be no checks in the Irish Sea of goods going from GB to NI. So maybe people like Edwin Pooch should focus more of their anger on this buffoon here, rather than taking their anger out of people who don't deserve it. But anyways, look, in conclusion, we learned that, there is growing pessimism within the EU, and that might lead to more aggressive stances from the EU when it comes to dealing with the UK, specifically when it comes to the Northern Ireland Protocol. But anyways, I'm going to leave it there. There's a lot more coverage of the Northern Ireland Protocol that's going to come out on this channel. If that's what you want to see, then subscribe for that, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.